Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to the channel. I told you guys yesterday I would do a random stream today for New Year's Eve. It's 4:30, so it's a little bit out of the ordinary time, but it's the last day of the year, the last stream of the year. I'm not going to be on here super long, but I work today. I literally been working on a video all day. I did a video on every UFC champion that will lose their belt in 2022. I have the video. It's uploading as we speak. It's not even finished uploading. And I go through every single weight class, every women's weight class, every men's weight class. And not only do I try to predict who's going to be the champion at the end of 2022, I try to predict how the division plays out. So, for example, I could say this guy, defends his belt against, XYZ, then goes on to fight this guy and then lose. So not only do I try to predict, okay, this guy's going to be the champion, but I try to predict how the division plays out. So I might have a champion with the title defense and then a loss or two title defenses. But you guys will see that video will be out very shortly. When I end this stream, I'll probably release the video is what I'll probably do. What's going on, Homework? What's going on, Torin Brown? What's up, Fight Life Nation? Appreciate you, my friend. Happy New Year's Eve to you, Kevin, as well as everyone else. This is the last time you guys will see me live in 2021. I'm going to be making a video hopefully later tonight, maybe release it tomorrow, just about the channel in 2021, the channel in general. We're almost to 1,900 subscribers. We are so close. We are at 1,889 subscribers, which is just insane to me. Absolutely insane. But yeah, I got that video. It's literally processing as we speak. So it's finished uploading. Now it's processing. And by the end of this stream, it should should be done completely uploading. And I will release it, right after the stream is over, something like that. But wanted to do one last stream. We could talk about whatever. The best fights of 2021. I put Nate Diaz versus Conor McGregor 3. I seen somebody talking about that online right before I got on here. I think that's the fight the UFC is probably going to go with in Conor McGregor's return. I think they're going to make Nate Diaz. I know Nate Diaz saying, "Oh, well, I won't fight you once your leg grows back," blah, 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 this and that. But I believe that that's the fight the UFC is most likely to make. But any questions, you guys? Any last minute questions for 2021? Throw them in the chat. What's up, French fries? Stream until you hit 2K. I would love to do that, but I am absolutely starving, and that would probably, that's 111 subscribers. I had to stay on here. I don't even know how long it would take. I'm hoping, a lot of people seem to really want that video about my predictions for every champion to lose their title in 2022. So I'm hoping that video, it might do me well. I'm going to do a video tonight about the channel and how many subscribers we have and the growth of the channel. But yeah, 2021 has been amazing. For me to have this channel now almost to 2,000 subscribers in 8 months, that, I know there's some channels that grow rapidly and have this crazy explosion of growth, but for the vast majority of channels, they do not grow that fast. So I'm so thankful for you guys. I'm so appreciative that you guys enjoy watching these videos. I've said it before. Every time somebody comments and says, "Thank you so much for this video, I enjoyed it very much." That's just crazy to me, and it means a lot, and it motivates me. I got to make videos. I'm always thinking, okay, what's the next relevant topic that I can make a video on to give my opinion and insight on? Because again, I'm not like these other channels that just pick out a name and then spam videos on and on and on about like some channels do. I'm never going to do that. So I'm constantly thinking of good, solid videos that I can make for you guys. And these streams are always for, it grows the channel a little bit, the streams, but the streams are mainly for the people who are already here, honestly. I know we do grow some subscribers during the streams, but it's mainly for you guys. So let's see. Blaze One Sports, what's up? Ginge, it's been a great year for you. Yes, it has been a good year. I hope it's been a good year for you guys as well. Next year is going to be stacked. Agreed 100%. Next year, I said this in a recent video, I think Best Fights of 2021 video, that we truly are living in a golden age of MMA. For real, guys. Like, 2021 was absolutely amazing. And Hold on one second, guys. I will be right back. I'm sorry about this. Give me. Sorry, guys. I had my grandmother was calling me real quick, and I wanted to make sure everything was okay. It was nothing super important. Um, let's see. Let's see. Next year is going to be stacked. I mean, we have so many great fights coming up for 2022. Honestly, 2022 is going to be incredible, and 2021 was incredible. Just off the top of my head, I mean, we had McGregor Poirier 2 times in 2021. What was my favorite main event of this year? I'm trying to think. What was it? I mean, I know I didn't have a channel then, but Adesanya versus Jan Blachowicz, I know it wasn't the greatest fight after it actually happened, but in the lead up to the fight, I was most excited for that probably. Or maybe Kamaru Usman, Colby Covington too. So many great fights in 2022. Uh, I mean, so many great fights in 2021 and so many great fights to look forward to in 2022. I will ask this, what are your thoughts on this year's fights? Yeah, so that's funny. I didn't even read that yet, and I was already going into that. Let me actually pull up a list of events, UFC events. List of UFC events. And let's kind of we'll single out the pay-per-views because there's too many events to really discuss. So UFC 257 started off with Poirier McGregor 2. That card left a lot to be desired. Was a terrible card in terms of name value and big fights. But the main event was very solid. Co-main event was Chandler's debut KO over Dan Hooker. I love the main event. I thought McGregor was going to go out there and beat Poirier, and for Poirier to come out there and sleep him in the second round was super impressive, and I was very excited to see that. Usman Burns, I was anticipating that. UFC 258, as far as the fight card as a whole, was god awful if I remember correctly. Yeah, UFC 258 may have been the worst pay-per-view of the year. I seen French Fries questions. I love the main event, but the pay-per-view as a whole was god awful. Uh, you look at it, the co-main event was Alexa Grasso versus Macy Barber. Yeah, UFC 258 was the worst card of the year. I love the main event. I still bought the pay-per-view, but the worst card of the entire year, 100% certainty. I can't think of a worse pay-per-view card than that. If there's anybody watching this stream right now who's not subscribed, go subscribe. Help me get to 2K. But this year's fights were amazing. What was the worst pay-per-view of 2021? I think it was 265. Let me look up 265. I didn't see that portion in your question. UFC 265. No. UFC 265 was far and away better than 258. Look up 258 in French fries. Look up 258 French fries and let me know what you think. Yeah, 258 was far worse. I mean, 265 had a decent main event. Cyril Gane versus Derek Lewis, not the greatest. Jose Aldo versus Pedro Munoz, great fight. On paper and after it happened, it was a great fight. Vicente Luque versus Michael Chiesa was a great fight. Tisha Torres, Angela Hill, Song Yadong versus Casey Kenny, Rafael Fiziev versus Bobby Green, great fight on paper and turned out to be great. Plus, you had Manuel Kopp making his, I don't know if that wasn't his debut, I don't think, but fighting Ode Osborne on the card, great fight. I think 265 is a world-class pay-per-view compared to 258. So let me know. See, now is a good time to be a fan. I respect Izzy for going up a weight class. I agree. Izzy going up and fighting Jan Blachowicz, I respect it. But I do feel he was trying to cherry pick a champion there. He saw Jan Blachowicz champion. He thought I have a good chance to beat him. And he did not. Dana White wants McGregor to get a title shot. His last statement win was basically saying, F all you guys, don't deserve shit. McGregor made the UFC popular. Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. He's going to give it to him and say, oh, this guy's a former 2-division champion. And Oliveira wants to fight. And McGregor's, really wants to fight. So I'm going to make it. The fans want it. That's what he's going to say. The fans want it. Even in defeat, I respect him for trying. Yeah, me too. I respect him very much. Jan Blachowicz, I mean, even though he cherry picked it, I still think that that was a tough fight, regardless of, I just don't think he would have went up had Jon Jones been there or Glover been there. All that talk of the Jon Jones fight for a while there, he would have got smacked by Jon Jones. And a lot of people picked him to beat Jan Blachowicz. I did not. I thought Jan Blachowicz was going to work him over on the feet and on the ground as well. UFC 270 card isn't all that great looking. Yeah, it's okay. It's not amazing, but it's still better than UFC 258 from last year. Corey Masvidal versus Usman 2 was a pretty good card. Solid card. Stacked it 100%. Charles Oliveira versus Chandler was a good card. Was an amazing card. Conor McGregor versus Dustin 3 in July was a good card. I remember that card not being that great, but maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, a bit busy lately. Usman versus Burns card sucked. Yeah, Usman versus Burns, UFC 258, worst card of 2021. Without a doubt. I love the main event, but still. Charles versus Dustin P was a good card. Agreed. UFC 267, 268, and 269 were amazing fight cards on paper and then turned out to be great, when they actually happen as well. Can't wait for Macy Barber to KO Valentina and beat Jon Jones' record this coming year. Without a doubt. I mean, she's right on track to pull that off for sure. I think she will pull that off. But only time will tell, my friend. Only time will tell. Obviously, I'm being sarcastic there for anyone that's going to take that seriously. At least you were here for Danny Hamilton. Yeah, UFC 258 was Danny Hamilton for sure. For sure. We'll know. I plan on growing this channel. I don't know what we're going to be at the end of 2022. I'm going to do that video later today and try to give my predictions for the end of 2022. But no matter how big this channel can eventually get, whether it's 10,000 subscribers, 50,000 subscribers, 100,000 subscribers, the OGs of the MMA Joey channel will forever remember Danny Hamilton. So if there's a day where I'm just getting spammed in the chat and I can't read all the messages, throw a Danny Hamilton in there and that will catch my eye. There's a little secret for you guys in the future, because I plan on keeping consistent on this channel. And with MMA, you never run out of things to talk about for the most part. And the Danny Hamilton incident was hilarious in my opinion. Did you guys see the Carla Esparza cut, by the way? Absolutely disturbing. It was cut pretty bad. UFC 265 tab, close that out. Don't need that. Will we ever see Alex Pereira versus Izzy? I hope so. I think so. I'll say yes, we will. Yusuf, early 2023. There's a slight chance we could see it at the end of 2022. Depending, if Brunson maybe beats Cannonier, then it could get, happen. Let's see. Remember that guy? Yeah, she lost by Dr. Stoppage. Crazy. Where did you find your love for YouTube? I've always loved watching YouTube videos. I've always been a person that loves watching YouTube. But for me, it's not. For me, doing this content is not about loving YouTube per se. It's just that I've always, been not always, but I've been a hardcore MMA fan for a long time. And I feel like a lot of people just aren't saying certain things, and it used to drive me nuts. And now, even though it's a small channel, just being able to come out and say certain things. I always use this example. I was one of the few saying Nick Diaz quit. I was one of the few talking about how Amanda Nunes versus Juliana Pena looked rigged, but I gave my opinion that it was not, that I did not think it was. Calling out the hypocrisy of the MMA media, like campaigning for Conor to get title shots when he hasn't won a fight in so many years. Stuff like that is really what gave me the encouragement, and it was just always bothering me. And that's why I wanted to make a YouTube channel and just talk about my predictions and just build a fun community. And that's what we kind of built here, a fun community where we can all discuss MMA, and whether we have difference of opinions or not, we can have educated, fun discussion. And, I think there's a lot of people out there who are hardcore MMA fans and they don't have a lot of friends that, not that they don't have a lot of friends, but they don't have a lot of friends that enjoy MMA as much as they do. And I have a few friends that watch MMA, but nobody who watches it as hardcore as I do. And it's one of those things where now we can build a community here. And I can come here and discuss MMA with you guys and see your opinions in the comments, in the chat, and different things like that. And I think it's going to be excellent. I'm enjoying it so far. That's why, I've continued to be consistent. And also, if I can turn this into something, it's not like I'm somehow rich off of YouTube, but if I can turn it into something where I can make a decent income talking about MMA on YouTube, and maybe eventually maybe trying to get into interviews, and maybe I'll start typing up articles for MMA websites. I've looked into that before. If I can make a solid career somehow off of talking about MMA and covering MMA and making videos, that is an absolute dream of mine. That's what I would love to achieve one day. I don't know if that's possible. I think it is. It might take a while, but it's all about consistency. A lot of people, I've seen so many people, and somebody told me this before as well, but I've seen it as, in the 8 months I've been doing YouTube talking about MMA. Uh, there's a lot of people that come into it, they try it for a month, maybe two, they don't get the views they're expecting, and then they just quit and they just disappear and they never return to their channel. I understand why they do it, but at the same time, I have a determined mindset that I was going to try this for a while, and if it didn't work, it didn't work. I get the frustration. Sometimes you make a video, so I may spend, maybe 30 minutes recording a video, and then maybe another 30 minutes, 45 minutes editing the video. And then by the time you upload it, release it, all that stuff, fill out title, description, make a thumbnail for it, you spend 2 hours on a video, and then you release it and you get 6 views. It sucks. It really does suck. And a lot of my first few videos were getting like 10 views, 5 views. But slowly but surely, they started to build up and build up and build up. And now they're doing well. And now we have an established community of people who show up for the live streams, who watch every video. And I've been enjoying it. And, I will continue to do it. And I think 2022, the channel can grow exponentially. And, who knows? Who knows what we may be talking about as far as the channel in 2022, and I hope it's big things for the channel. Do you think Weili will have a good 2022? Yes, because she's not going to be fighting Rose anymore. I think she beats the majority of the division other than Rose. Now that Rodriguez is fighting Yan and Carla versus Rose, can we get Weili versus Joanna too? That is the fight that I want to see. That was such an amazing fight. Super close fight. And it's relevant to the division. And now that Weili and Joanna both lost to the champion twice, they better pray Carla Esparza snatches that belt off of Rose Namajunas. Speaking of Nick Diaz quitting, do you want to see him fight again? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. My schedule is different now, so I can watch any UFC event. I'm happy to hear that, Issa. Yeah, my friends don't get MMA. Yep, I know. I have a couple friends that watch it, but none of them are hardcores. In my Conor McGregor nut-hugger voice, Conor beat Donald Cerrone. Okay. Unpopular opinion, I think, is that what you meant, Fight Life? I think Carla beats Rose in a rematch. Really bad matchup style-wise. Oh, man. I think it can happen for sure, but I think Rose has improved so much since they originally fought. But I give an early prediction on my video that is going to be out very, very soon. I will be releasing that video as soon as I end this stream. I'm only going to be on here for a little while, but I will be releasing that video when this stream ends, and you can see my early prediction within that. MMA isn't big globally yet. It's going to be huge soon. Trust me. Who is your favorite fighter? Favorite fighter right now to... It's hard, man. I have favorite fighters to watch. I'm trying to think. Who is my current favorite fighter? I love watching Petr Yan fight. I like Charles Oliveira a lot. I'm a big fan of Glover Teixeira. I love watching Kamaru Usman fight. I mean, it's more of, for me, I have certain guys that I like and dislike, but for me, it's just about loving to watch them fight. So you guys have heard me, say certain things about Conor that maybe, paint him in a negative light or whatever, just because it's my opinion, or Sean O'Malley. But I still like to watch him fight. Conor, I love watching Conor fight. I love watching Tony Ferguson fight. There's so many great fights. It's great fighters to watch. And regardless, even if you don't like them, you still love watching them fight. I love watching Jon Jones fight. I love watching Francis Ngannou fight. But favorite fighter right now is probably Petr Yan. I just love watching the guy fight and compete, and he's elite, and he's actually kind of funny a little bit too. I know there's a language barrier there, but all-time favorite, Anderson Silva, Robbie Lawler, there's plenty of all-time greats that I really enjoy watching fight, or did enjoy watching fight. Guys, if you haven't already, run up the likes on the stream. Run up the likes on the stream. Greatly appreciate it. Who will be both male and fighter of the year in 2022? That is too tough to even guess. But maybe Amanda Nunes. This is one of the guesses I'll give you. Guys, let's do something funny and screen record Joey saying if you type Danny Hamilton in the future when he is big, and he will remember you. If he doesn't, make a sad TikTok edit. Okay. I will not forget. What's up, MMA Joey? What's up, Keep Out? Hope you're doing well. Joey, who do you hate watching fight? This is going to... There was somebody that just crossed my mind. It's like, I do not care when they fight. And who was that? Who was that? I can't remember. But to answer your question, let's take a look. See, I don't. It's hard. I know I was just talking about this the other day, but I cannot remember who do I hate watching fight. Who do I hate watching fight? There's really not many, but I'm trying to think. I know there was someone we were just talking about recently. To be honest, this is gonna sound crazy. I am so done watching Wonderboy Thompson fight. The guy never lets his hands go. He's never fixed his, takedown defense deficiency. I'm trying to think, though, because it's not going to be any of these high-level guys. I like watching high-level guys fight. Uriah Hall. I hate watching Uriah Hall fight at this point. Just sick and tired of hearing, always excuses, always something. It's hard, man. You look at all these fighters. They're all great. There's probably some in Aspen Ladd, Miesha Tate. There you go. Aspen Ladd, Miesha Tate. I absolutely never want to see him fight again. Nick Diaz, I don't ever want to see fight again. There's a lot of guys. I love watching Nate Diaz fight as well. Clay Guida's irrelevant. Yeah, I hated watching GSP fights. They were almost all boring. See, I still enjoyed them. I didn't see them all. But just because it was the challenge of this guy's going to come in, they know exactly what GSP is going to do, and they're able to stop it. Hal, Joey, what's up, dude? You hear about No Love calling out O'Malley for his next fight? Did he really? Oh, my. They're going to make that fight then. I did not see that. Where did you see that at? Cody Garbrandt. Oh, my goodness. Cody Garbrandt. Why? Why did you do this to us? Cody Garbrandt not rolling out 240. Not ruling out 125. Ugh, wants to whoop up on Sean O'Malley. Yeah. He continues. There's a lot of good matchups. Sean O'Malley, I really want to whoop his ass. That's a fight that's looming. Hopefully that's possibly be my next one. Oh, no. They're going to make that fight. No. Cody Garbrandt. Please stop. Go fight a grappler. You've been KO'd so many times. O'Malley's so lengthy and has such a variety of attacks with the hands. He's probably got a longer reach than you. He's definitely taller than you. And he's got knockout power. Please, O'Malley. We do not want to see you on a highlight reel. At this point, I cannot pick Cody Garbrandt. I cannot pick him. I would pick him if his chin was not gone. I still think he's a great fighter, but his defensive striking and his chin is just completely gone. I think we should get Izzy versus Alex P in 2022. We might have to not wait until 2023. I hope you're right. Piotr Jan's Twitter game is undefeated. Okay, you'll see it in the bra. Very, very new news. Yeah, I just saw it when I looked up. UFC Brooklyn will probably have Pena versus Nunes 2 with Glover versus Yuri. They're doing an event at 274 in Brazil. So Glover versus Yuri may be in Brazil. But we'll see. Least talented division, either women's featherweight, which is non-existent, or men's heavyweight. Men's heavyweight is god-awful in the UFC. Cody Garbrandt versus Sean is bad because if Sean wins, they'll elevate him because he's beaten a former champ. And if he loses, they'll say Cody Garbrandt is a former champ. Yeah, also, what if Cody Garbrandt stops Sean O'Malley? Then what are they going to say? Oh, my God. Dude, that matchup, if Cody would have beat Kai Kara France, I'd want to see it. But the fact that he lost, I don't want to see it. But I think O'Malley's looking at that Kai Kara France loss and saying, you know what? I think I'd like that fight. I think I'd like that fight very, very much. Steven Wonderboy is just frustrating to watch. No takedown defense. Yeah, it used to not be that bad. But who knows? I think the UFC should legit cut Cody. He's expensive and he gets KO'd every fight. I think if he loses another fight, I think he's gone from the UFC. I really do, and it's sad because he had so much potential. Um, I think Charles versus Justin will headline 273, but again, we got that Brazilian card. They may stack the 2 Brazilian titles on 274, but maybe. I think that 273 may be the main event. May be Aljamain Sterling versus Piotr Jan, unifying the bantamweight titles. We'll see. I think that could be a potential. UFC are going to use Garbrandt to elevate O'Malley, and then they will cut Cody. Yeah, probably. O'Malley for sure taking it. Forget about Yanez. Agreed. I think it's a smart move for him. It's a winnable fight against a former champion that he's built up, and it's a lot easier than looking up at the top 10 of the bantamweight division. Hopefully sometime next month they announce Tony Ferguson's next fight. Yeah, I hope so. I really want to see. Tony Ferguson in a good, solid matchup, honestly. I meant he is hopefully, okay. Hey, besides you, that's what I was laughing at before. Does Marlon Vera earn a shot at O'Malley next year? I don't know, man. He's got to win a bunch of fights, maybe even win the title. 274. I think so. I agree with you then. I think Charles versus Justin will headline 274, but it could be Glover versus Yuri on that card as well. Cody tweeted like 2 days ago he wanted to go to BFC. Now he sees a money fight with O'Malley. Steven is a quitter. Steven, who are we talking about now? Steven, Steven Wonderboy, is that who you're talking about? I don't know if he's a quitter. It's going to be Tony versus Conor. I hope they make Tony versus Conor. That would be an amazing fight. An absolute amazing fight. Tony versus Conor would be so much fun. I would love that fight. Absolutely love that fight. And I think it's the fight to make. But I wish they would have made Tony versus Nate Diaz and then the winner of that fight versus Conor McGregor. Because I think a lot of people are dying to see the Nate Diaz trilogy. I'm dying to see the Nate Diaz trilogy against Conor McGregor. But who knows? I think it's probably still likely to happen. I think when Conor returns, there's only 3 options, really. There's a million options, but I think it comes down to either Nate Diaz, Tony Ferguson, or Dustin Poirier for a fight. That's what it could be. And I think all 3 could headline a main event of a pay-per-view, honestly, as sad as that is to say. It shouldn't be, just based off track record, but it's very, very possible. I just hope they don't give Ferguson Gillespie because he's going to wrestle. Yeah, I don't want to see the Gillespie fight. Would Tony B. Conor headline a card? So I don't think so. I don't think it should. Yeah, I don't know if you asked that before or after I just said that, but I think it will. But no, I do not think it should. I do not think it should. Guys, do me a favor. Like the stream. Click the thumbs up button directly below. Like the stream. Would greatly appreciate it. A New Year's Eve stream. I'm only going to be on here for a little bit. I worked on a video for the last 2 hours, and then I told you guys I was coming on here. So now I'm here. But do me a favor and like the stream. Wonderboy's a quitter. He doesn't seem like he's trying. I agree. Never seems like he's trying. Oliveira in Brazil. Wonderboy made some lame excuse after his losses to Bilal. Said his legs felt funny. Yeah, and then he was complaining about Gilbert Burns in their previous fight. It was annoying. I've been to UFC Live. Nate versus Pettis is my best memory. That's awesome. I went to Nate Diaz versus Jorge Masvidal myself. Chandler versus Conor could happen. I think Chandler's a bad matchup for Conor. I think Conor can win that fight still. But I think Nate Diaz and Ferguson are much more manageable tasks for Conor. But who knows? I'm up for all of them. Tony needs a mental coach before getting back in there. Maybe he does. I don't know. He might need a therapist, honestly. McGregor versus Oliveira in Brazil is a possibility. Can you imagine? It would not surprise me if Dana did that. It would not surprise me if Dana made that fight. Why do people want to see Conor versus Nate 3 for what? We them fight twice. Both fights were amazing while they lasted. Well, the first fight ended in a finish. Second fight went to decision. Second fight is controversial. I think Nate Diaz won that decision. He got robbed out of a decision. So I really believe that, it's a fight that people want to see again, and it's fun. It's between 2 big names. It would be a mega fight. The lead up would be amazing, I believe, as well. So it is what it is. I think a lot of people want to see it, and I do too. Especially Nate losing that decision when he shouldn't have. Do you think Marina Rodriguez is the future champ? I talk about Marina Rodriguez in the video I'm about to release, French fries, and you will have to see in that video. I'm only gonna stay on here for a few more minutes, and then I'm gonna release that video and dip out of here. So you will find out in that video. If you guys have any last questions for 2021, throw them in the chat, guys. Throw them in the chat. I greatly appreciate every single one of you. It's going to be cool. I love having you have the live chat replay. So if I ever go back to this stream, I can see, you know, everything that was said within this stream. And it's going to be cool, like in a year, coming back and looking at this. Maybe next year I'll do a New Year's Eve stream as well. But I appreciate you guys joining me, taking time out on your New Year's Eve to join me for a stream. And this was a little bit earlier stream. So I got to try out a different timing. You know, usually I'm like 6 p.m. to 10 p.m., somewhere around there streaming. And this one started at around 4:30. I actually wanted to do one a little bit earlier, but my video took longer than I anticipated to make. But what's annoying is it still says processing HD version. What the heck is going on here? I don't know why it's saying that. Also, did you see the UFC is targeting Dern versus Torres? No, I did not, but that's a great fight. That's a great fight. If the UFC was to do Conor McGregor versus Tony Ferguson next, does that fight headline a pay-per-view? Without a doubt, headlines a pay-per-view. No doubt in my mind, it would be a headliner of a pay-per-view. But Dern versus Torres is a good fight. I would love to see that fight. Happy New Year to you as well, Keep Out. Appreciate you, man. Everyone who's been a part of this channel this year, you have no idea how much I appreciate it. You know, I've said it a million times. I never anticipated the channel growth that happened this year. To get 2,000 subscribers in 8 months. In 8 months. Happy New Year, bro. I'm relatively new to the MMA community, and your content is dope. 2022, let's get it. Thank you, man. One thing I've tried to do with this channel is not only be a channel that hardcore fans can watch, but also be a channel that people who maybe just got into the sport. I'm tired of the MMA community criticizing these people, and instead of like talking to them about the sport and maybe educating them a little bit, they just want to call them a casual or this or that. So I try to be a channel not only for the hardcores, but also for the people who are new getting into the sport. So guys, real quick before I go, I'm going to release this video. I hope the HD processes here in a second, but I want you guys to go check out my newest video. I'm going to link it in the chat right now, and then I'm going to go ahead and release it. If the HD isn't processed, I'm sorry. For some reason, YouTube's taking forever to process the HD. I uploaded it. You know, it was finished uploading right as the stream started, so it had 33 minutes to process. Let's post some emojis in the chat before we go. Here's some Dana White emojis in the chat. If anybody wants to become a member, there's exclusive benefits. Link is in the description. Don't forget to like the stream. And in a second here, I'm going to post. Why is my computer freezing right now? I'm going to post a video here in a second. Let's hit enter on that. Guys, Happy New Year. I will see you guys next year. Go check out this video that I'm posting in the chat right now. Thank you so much. Make sure to like it. Daniel Almeida, 2022 might be the year Cowboy versus Sam Alvey retire, get cut from the UFC. Agreed. Don't forget to like the stream. Go watch the video. I just posted in the chat. I'm about to release it here in a second. It should be unlisted, so you should be able to click on the link. Everyone enjoy their New Year's Eve. And guys, I will talk to you very soon. Enjoy the rest of your night.